Why action and responsibility define a man. In every generation, men search for meaning. They chase success, validation, peace, but often overlook the one thing that grants all of them: responsibility. Responsibility is not a weight that breaks a man. It is the weight that builds him. It gives form to chaos, direction to energy, and purpose to existence. The death of responsibility. We live in an age that glorifies freedom, but misunderstands it. Men are told they are free when they escape duty, avoid burden, and chase comfort. But freedom without responsibility is emptiness dressed as liberation. The truth is simple and ancient. The man who avoids responsibility becomes weak, and the man who embraces it becomes strong. Responsibility is not oppression, it is structure. It's what separates the man from the boy, the creator from the consumer, the leader from the follower. Masculinity, at its core, is the willingness to carry weight, to protect others, to build something that lasts, to do what must be done, even when no one is watching. That's why ancient cultures had rites of passage, trials that transformed boys into men. Because without a challenge to shoulder, man's potential remains dormant. Today, those rituals are gone. And in their absence, men drift, scrolling, distracted, unanchored. They seek purpose, but flee the very thing that creates it: responsibility. Comfort is the new enemy. Comfort whispers lies. You deserve to rest. You've done enough. Someone else will handle it. But every time a man listens, he becomes less capable of facing life head-on. Comfort turns warriors into spectators, robs men of their drive, their focus, and their dignity. The truth is harsh but healing. No man becomes great by avoiding discomfort. No man earns peace by escaping duty. Peace comes only after responsibility, never before it. Action, the proof of a man's character. Every man speaks of his dreams, but only action separates the talker from the doer. Masculinity is not about having power, it's about using it wisely. You may have knowledge, discipline, even vision, but if you do not act, none of it matters. The Stoics said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." And that's the point. Morality, courage, and purpose only exist in motion. To act when it's hard. To choose what's right when it's inconvenient. To build when destruction is easier. That is how a man proves his worth, not in words, but in deeds. Responsibility gives meaning to suffering. Every man will suffer, that's inevitable. But suffering without purpose is torment. Suffering with responsibility becomes transformation. A man who takes responsibility doesn't ask, "Why me?" He says, "It's on me." And in that moment, he transcends weakness. He becomes the foundation others can stand on. Responsibility makes a man useful, and usefulness makes him respected, loved, and at peace. Discipline and action, the twin pillars of manhood. Discipline is the bridge between responsibility and action. It's the daily habit of doing what must be done, regardless of emotion. And every act of discipline is a declaration. I am not my comfort. I am my commitments. A man who acts consistently, decisively, and with integrity becomes unstoppable. He may fail, he may fall, but he remains in motion. And motion is life. The burden is the gift. Responsibility is not a punishment, it is an initiation. When a man accepts responsibility, he becomes useful to the world and respected by himself. That is the sacred balance. The more you take on, the more you become. The heavier your burden, the deeper your meaning. So don't run from responsibility. Seek it. Carry more than you think you can. Build something that will outlast you. Act even when no one notices, especially then. Because the man who acts out of duty, not applause, who leads by example, not words, who creates order where others find excuses, is not just living as a man. He is restoring what manhood truly means.